Tonight, Broken Hill's biggest drug bust in history and investigations into a suspicious blaze near Port Lincoln.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Casey Treelaw begins now.
Good evening. Broken Hill Police has recorded one of the largest drug busts in the city's history today. After searching a van during a routine traffic stop on Repower Street early this morning, officers found more than 57 kilograms of cannabis hidden in a storage unit, while also finding more than $20,000 in cash.
The estimated street value of the cannabis is $1.1 million. From what I understand, this is the biggest cannabis bust that we've had here in Broken Hill ever.
The vehicle had Queensland number plates, while the driver, a 69-year-old man, had a Northern Territory licence. He's been charged with large-scale drug supply and dealing in the proceeds of crime. The cannabis will be transported to Sydney and destroyed. Still in Broken Hill, and a man has been charged after terrorising residents in the city's west yesterday. It's alleged the man threatened a number of people with a machete. Patrick Reinke has the details.
At about 9 o'clock on Sunday morning, a 39-year-old woman was visiting a home on Credence Street when her son-in-law allegedly threatened her with a machete and spiked knucklebusters. Police say the 24-year-old has chased the woman across a unit complex before she locked herself in one of the homes.
5 people that were in that unit at the time have run out the back door because they were quite scared. He's managed to get in the house or in the unit, and she's hidden herself so that he didn't find her.
The man has then reportedly left the unit and walked back outside to the courtyard, still yelling abuse toward the woman. A 21-year-old male then tried to calm down the man, but he was chased by the alleged attacker.
Threatened him, chased him around the trailer, swung the machete at him because the young man had fallen over, cut his leg slightly with the machete. Then the young man's managed to get away.
Police were called to the area and went to a unit within the complex. The man was hiding inside, officers managing to talk him out and make an arrest.
So he's been charged with armed with intent and breaking into a home with the intent of hurting someone inside the home.
The man was refused bail and appeared in Broken Hill Court today.
Whyalla police arrested a local man in the early hours of this morning on charges of allegedly stalking and assaulting multiple women, with a man facing court today. John Hunt has more.
A scary moment for 3 Whyalla females, with a man allegedly stalking them on numerous occasions.
It would have been certainly terrifying for those involved. To have someone approach you and put their arm on you would obviously be very alarming.
One female was allegedly approached by the man 3 times between July and December last year, while another was allegedly followed by him on 2 separate occasions last November. And on the morning of the 8th of March this year, the accused allegedly approached a woman near Westland Shopping Centre, grabbing her arm briefly before letting go.
These behaviours are alarming insofar as they could be part of a person's behaviour building up to something more.
Police arrested a 35-year-old man early this morning and he was bailed this afternoon. They're also reminding residents of actions that'll keep them safe.
Be alert when walking alone, keep to well-lit areas, walk against the flow of traffic if possible, and walk with another person.
John Hunt, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Multiple Port Lincoln residents were evacuated from their homes yesterday as a grass fire broke out just outside the township. Fire crews quickly responding to the scene after spotting smoke near Sarah Crescent and Blacker Court just after midday. Emergency services found a grass fire in a nearby gully, with fire crews quickly gaining control of the blaze. A smoke alert was also issued for nearby areas due to the limited visibility from the plumes of smoke. Police investigations are treating the cause of the blaze as suspicious. Meanwhile, Port Lincoln police are investigating the theft of a Ford Falcon utility after it was allegedly stolen overnight. Police say the theft took place shortly after 8:30 yesterday evening from Broadway Street. The vehicle is a business utility with distinctive sign writing on the side. SAPOL is encouraging anyone with information to come forward and contact Crime Stoppers. Questions have been raised about whether the state government did enough to prevent the collapse of plans for a solar thermal plant in Port Augusta. Repower Port Augusta says the project was too big to fail and is now demanding answers.
A renewable energy plant that promised a bright future.
This was a beacon of hope
There was to be 700 jobs to help rejuvenate the town in the wake of the power station closure and producing 500 gigawatts of energy to power the state. But on Friday, it was announced the plan was in tatters after Solar Reserve failed to secure funds.
We know this technology works, we know the community support was there, so, right now we're left with a lot of questions.
Repower Port Augusta want to know if the government did enough to ensure the project would go ahead.
Did they just extend the timeline for finance? Was there more support that could have been offered?
Energy Minister Dan Van Hulst-Pelikan says timeline extensions, introductions to investors and changes to the contract had all been implemented to accommodate Solar Reserve's financial circumstances.
You can't keep extending the timelines when the company has said they can't deliver, and that's what happened.
The opposition claiming the interconnector to New South Wales is to blame.
Solar thermal generation was always going to be threatened by the building of an interconnector.
But the Energy Minister says that has nothing to do with it.
In the last 12 months, Solar Reserve has not once ever mentioned the interconnector.
Garth Burley, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Regional residents are being reminded of a government program that gives people an opportunity to check if their partner has a violent history. 114 applications were made to the Domestic Violence Disclosure Scheme since it was launched in October last year. Of those, around a quarter have come from regional residents.
Domestic violence can happen anywhere at any time, and that's why it's so important that people in the regions and across all of South Australia know that this scheme is available.
Anyone over the age of 17 can make a request on behalf of themselves or anyone they know. And if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, you can call 1-800-RESPECT for support. Business Port Augusta is calling for answers from Woolworths after media reports claim the local Big W would be among the 30 stores nationwide to close its doors. It says the move could mean more job losses for locals.
Big W under big threat of closing its doors.
There's definitely an impact there if it does close.
A $110 million loss last financial year has forced the supermarket chain to axe about 30 of its stores over the next 3 years, with media reports suggesting the Port Augusta store, with about 80 employees, is one of those at risk.
There's quite a few people employed there, so that's going to be a hit.
The retail union says the rise of online shopping has played a major part in its downfall.
Discount department stores is a very tough market, and Big W isn't making money.
Business Port Augusta says Big W's presence gives shoppers a local alternative to city-based specialty stores and has flow-on benefits throughout town.
They might come to get a few things at Big W, but then they stop, they have a coffee, they go to other retail shops.
The town's peak business body has written to Woolworths to clarify what these potential closures could mean for Port Augusta.
So hopefully we hear back and get some more insight as to what's happening.
In a statement, a spokesperson for Woolworths said details of store closure locations will not be released due to ongoing discussions with landlords, and it will inform team members and customers of changes to any specific store. Garth Burley, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Still to come tonight, a Mid-North hospital celebrates a century of service and a preview of this year's Salt Festival. Hello again. The Mid-North community of Orroroo has celebrated a significant milestone with the town's hospital celebrating 100 years of operation. It was a chance for staff from the past and present to be recognised for a century of healthcare service.
Celebrating a century of providing healthcare to the Mid-North and beyond.
The journey of the 100 years of the Orroroo Hospital, starting from the laying of the foundation stone in 1919 and down to the current staff.
With a decline in healthcare providers throughout the region, Orroroo has managed to buck the trend. The clinic has remained an important pillar of the small community. Mid-North Health Advisory Council member Steve Richmond fondly referring to it as a frontier hospital.
Communities take very much great pride in their health services. As you'd appreciate, over many years there have been lots of dollars fundraised out of the community to provide health services.
The celebration's making for a great opportunity for locals to share the memories. Former staff and patients gathering from across the region to once again walk down the building's halls.
Some just a couple of months short of 100 years old have made an effort to come here today.
An exhibition honouring its rich history has also been open to the public in Orroroo's Town Hall.
Really important. All history is important to any town, and have a small town and see the people coming back today is amazing.
Dominic Beaton, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Port Lincoln City Council has joined the war on waste, with members pushing for the town to use green waste bins in an effort to decrease the amount of organic rubbish going into landfill, with council looking into how the collection of processing of organic waste could work. Organisers also pushing for a free garden waste day at the local resource centre.
So over the next 6 to 8 months, we'll be looking at our strategic plan future and then looking at the feasibility into how we're going to change our waste collection.
Council saying careful planning is needed to ensure the town has the right infrastructure to dispose of the waste correctly. The Eyre Peninsula's Salt Festival is almost upon us, with this year's program officially released today. With over 100 unique events, organisers are promising there really will be something for everyone.
From comedy and music to learning about science, this year's festival has it all.
A lot of art workshops, photographers as well involved, there's music workshops.
Night in the Stars will be returning for another year, audiences listening how Aboriginal cultures learnt from the night sky, while the opening night will feature several exhibitions, comedians and music events.
Joe Puglisi's Coastal Air exhibition, along with O'Malley at Salt, which is our poster competition winner.
The third year of the annual festival will be slightly smaller than previous years, but organisers say it works to their advantage, giving audiences a chance to get around to all the events.
We have Draft and Adrian Eagle this year. We have Jermaine and Karen Page, they're coming.
Jack Ritchie says the information sessions held throughout the year has helped encourage local artists set up their own shows.
And the opportunity that they've had is to actually come in and talk an idea, refine it, develop it, and out of that we've got some great submissions into the festival this year.
The festival is set to kick off next Friday. You can find out what's on by visiting the Salt website. Nathan Rector, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Broken Hill's future footy stars are being encouraged to join up in the local Auskick program. AFL representatives visiting the city's primary schools today, hoping to sign up some new recruits.
Inspiring the next generation, it's a crucial step for country sport.
It's always nice to come out to Broken Hill because they love their footy.
AFL New South Wales went visiting all of the city's primary schools today, spreading the good word of Aussie rules. The aim to get as many boys and girls involved in Broken Hill Auskick for 2019 after last year saw 300 kids take part.
In Broken Hill, like it's obviously an AFL town, and it also helps with the actual schools themselves. They've been really welcoming.
Broken Hill has a stellar record of AFL exports, from Crows captain Taylor Walker to GWS young gun Isaac Cumming. Mr Gebbett says with a developing women's competition, that record may soon gain some more names.
Yeah, Broken Hill's the complete pathway for AFL, which is fantastic, and it truly is really surprising that a town this size can support that much footy.
The launch of Broken Hill Auskick was held this afternoon. Kids who sign up get a sporty backpack with a ball and pump to practice their skills.
Play.afl is the website. So basically what parents can do is they can jump on and put in Broken Hill's postcode, which then gives you the 4 local clubs and local centres.
Patrick Ryanke, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. What went down in the opening round of footy in Whyalla, and we'll have the week's weather details with Britt. Welcome back. In the opening round of Whyalla football, North Whyalla have started the season strongly with a win over South, but they didn't have it all their way, with the Demons pushing them until the final siren. Here's John Hunt with a wrap-up of the game.
North and South are both hoping for successful 100th anniversary seasons in 2019. The Centurions clashed on Saturday afternoon, with each aiming to start the year with a win. North started strongly, kicking 3-1 in the opening term. For the next 2 quarters, the game followed a similar pattern. South Whyalla would get within a couple of North before they kicked away, keeping the Demons at arm's length. Northies led by 34 points at the final change, and looked set for a comfortable win. But South fought back, outrunning the Magpies and taking their chances in front of goal. With 5 minutes to go, North led by only 3 points, but they regained their composure and scored 2 late goals to seal a 13-point win. In the other matches, West Wireless smashed Waruna Bay in the grand final rematch, and 5 from Azel Stewart helped Centrals to a 22-goal win over Rapina. Over on the York Peninsula, Ardrossan defeated the Eagles, Butte were too good for Kadina, Baskerville edged out Munter, and Wallaroo defeated Central York in a thriller. So that's all in footy for this week. I'll be back tomorrow night with all the other sporting scores from across the region.
Thanks, John. And time to take a look at what's happening in the weather. Here's Britt.
Thanks, Casey. It's been a mostly sunny day with showers over Port Lincoln. 28 was the top at Port Augusta, Whyalla 27, Port Lincoln and Adelaide both 22, Broken Hill 30, Port Pirie 26. Looking to the skies, and a front is moving over the coast today. Tomorrow a high pressure system will become established south of the Bight. We'll see westerly winds tending southwesterly at up to 20 knots with seas at 1.5 metres. And thanks to the end of daylight savings yesterday, sunrise is due at 6:36 tomorrow morning, but sunset will be at 6:06. A mild and partly cloudy day expected over most regions tomorrow. Port Augusta 22, Whyalla 20, Port Lincoln cloudy and 19, Coffin Bay 17, Woodner 22, Corn and Broken Hill both 21, Port Pirie light showers and a top of 22, Clare 17, Cleve 18, Kadina 21, Adelaide 19. Looking further ahead through the week now, a cloudy Wednesday expected at Port Lincoln, temperatures warming up slightly towards the end of the week. Cleve and Woodner both looking partly cloudy on Wednesday, sunny on Thursday. Whyalla with maximums increasing through the week, sunny and 24 on Thursday. Port Augusta bright and sunny, reaching up to 29 degrees on Friday. Kadina warming up also. Port Pirie looking sunny Wednesday and Thursday. Clare partly cloudy on Wednesday with a top of 18. Broken Hill with maximums sitting in the 20s. And that's it for today's weather, Casey. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Britt. And that's the local news this Monday evening. Thanks for joining us. I'll have updates later. Until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.